So he goes, so you want me to pay you more based off what people are saying? And I said, listen, man, again, I'm just saying, be fair.
Aries Spears just said out loud what a lot of recurring podcast guests probably think privately. If you've helped build the house, at some point, you want to be paid like you matter to the house. That's what makes the latest Spears and Steinberg discussion interesting. On the surface, it's about Aries asking DJ Vlad for more money to keep doing VladTV interviews. But underneath that, it's really about how value gets measured in this whole interview economy. Is it just raw views? Is it loyalty? Is it memberships? Is it consistency? Because Aries is making the case that his worth to VladTV is bigger than a simple view count screenshot. And honestly, he's not wrong. This conversation lands right after the Boozy split, which already put Vlad's pay model under a spotlight. Vlad publicly said he had been paying Boozy $25,000 per interview and that Boozy wanted an extra $5,000.
So when I called Boozy, like I said, the fee had always been $25,000. He said, I want $40,000. And I'm like, fam, I can't do $40,000.
I ain't do Vlad no more. We couldn't come up with a agreement. He didn't want to pay me. I wanted $5,000 more than he wanted to pay me. He didn't want to pay me, so I think I'm going to make more money doing it this way. And I'm editing my interview now.
And I'm like, man, listen, I might be able to do 30 after I run the numbers, but 35 is definitely out of the question.
Vlad later said Boozy's interviews would routinely do huge numbers, but he still wasn't willing to move on the raise. That detail matters because Aries brings Boozy up directly as part of his own negotiation logic.
So that's cool.
Now, I want you to put your business/Jew hat on.
A Vlad hat?
Yes. Matter of fact, when Andy puts his Jew hat on, it comes with the Hasidic curls.
I guess I don't wear them.
Yeah. So when he puts it on.
I'm going to make a hat like that.
2 curls.
I'm going to make a hat like that for the podcast.
That's hilarious. Tell me what you think it is. So, Vlad pays me to be on. And
he's probably mad that you said that because then everybody else wants to get paid.
No, he pays people.
Everybody? He pays?
Yeah. But we all get different pay. So people have said, yo, the most popular guest that Vlad has on, Lord Jamar, Tony Yayo, Godfrey, Boozy, and Aries. I'm the only one left. Godfrey stopped because of the beef with Farrakhan, as did Lord Jamar. Tony Yayo just doesn't do it anymore. And Boozy wanted a raise. Come to find out, Boozy wanted $35,000 an episode.
Wow.
He was getting $25,000.
Wow.
So I don't get nowhere near that. And, obviously it's based on the numbers because a lot of Boozy's clips are in the millions. Now, again, I've had a few clips in the millions, but a lot of my stuff, the full interview, probably ranges around $300,000 to $500,000. So I basically said to Vlad, I go, hey, listen, man, I'm not trying to rape you financially. I know I'm not going to ask you for what you gave Boozy. But, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Break bread.
Break bread. And he goes, well, your numbers don't generate what Boozy generate. And so I showed him a bunch of, people that quotes and on YouTube and shit like that and on my phone. And one person said, hey, man, I only buy Vlad subscriptions when I know he's interviewing you. Once the interview's over, I cancel the subscription. Another guy said, hey, man, Aries is a beast. Pay him what you pay in the mother and blah, blah. So there's a bunch of these. So he goes, so you want me to pay you more based off what people are saying? And I said, listen, man, again, I'm just saying, be fair.
His point is that the old VladTV regular class has thinned out, and Aries is saying he's one of the few consistent draws still standing in that lane. That's important because platforms don't only need viral guests, they also need reliable guests. They need people who can show up, talk, be funny, be opinionated, trend in clips, and keep a certain kind of viewer engaged, and Aries absolutely does that. Even Vlad's own recent Aries content still gets promoted as a major event on the platform, with VladTV posting his return as something worth pushing hard.
people are saying to you they're buying subscriptions. People are saying to you they only watch when I'm on. And of all the guys you had that were popular, I'm the last one standing. What's your take?
Yeah. It's a couple things, and you hit the ones that you needed to hit.
Yeah.
What would you have wanted?
That's beside the point. He asked him to be fair,
Yeah. I mean, a couple grand more.
Yeah.
but the thing that he's right in the idea that yes, you have loyal fans that are calling up and representing you. That's great, and people have that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that moves the needle where it's going to pay him the amount of money that he wants to make off of an episode. Those diehards are there for you, but are they there? Is there enough of them to make the numbers work? And you guys see the numbers, so you can make that decision yourselves, you too. But the other thing is, the thing that you said, you're the last one there. So he's not going to generate numbers. And if you go, where are those numbers going to come from? Now he's going to have to do episodes with people who are doing much less.
Well, here's the funny part. So, of course, he, was being really like, blah, 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 blah. And I said, he kept going, he kept driving that point home. You just going to you want me to give you a raise based off what people are saying? I said, listen, man, you don't have to keep telling me about what my worth is. You either want to do it or you don't. So then he texted me back a couple hours later and said, we should talk. I re-looked at the numbers and we should talk. So come on, man. What are we doing here?
Well, it's like in basketball. If you...
and I'm just, not to break your point, but I'm taking it from your angle, which is more so for me, I'm the last one left.
Yeah.
So there's value in my presence.
Yeah, because your numbers are going to go up based on just the fact that if they like Vlad and they like you and none of those other guys are there, they're going to have to go to you.
That's where loyalty comes in. Even if a raise doesn't make perfect short-term business sense, there's still a strong argument for paying a regular a little more just to keep him happy. Call it courtesy, call it retention, call it a loyalty payment. Whatever the label is, it's a real thing. Smart businesses do it all the time. Sometimes you pay a little extra because replacing consistency is more expensive than people think. And Aries clearly knows he's in that position now.
It's like when you in basketball, you're trying to put a team together, and you have you need a center. You have to have a center. You might have to take the 10th best center and pay him the center price for the 5th best center just to get him on your team because you need that player.
Right.
He needs you on this on this.
Right.
So that's the bargaining you have. The real side for him though is to go, Aries, these are numbers, these are real numbers. If I pay you this much, then we're good. I can't pay more than that. And as long as that's a raise for you, you're gonna. I think you would go, yeah, that's good. Don't just get me my. I want value.
The other interesting part of the podcast is Aries' description of Vlad himself. He calls him a narcissist who wants to be a star. That sounds harsh, but it also fits something people have been saying about Vlad for years. He's not content just being the interviewer.
Dude, and Vlad loves coming out to your shows, man. He
loves coming out to my shows, but he loves it even more if I would shout him out. He's such a narcissist.
Dude, at the end of the show this last time, when he came back there where we all were, when Ryan Davis, you me, and he just wanted to be part of that whole thing. He's jumping in pictures. He's trying to.
Yeah.
He loves it. He wants
the attention.
He wants to be a star, man.
He loves the attention, man.
That matters too, because when you understand that Vlad wants access and status around the talent, it changes how you look at the money conversation. The guests are not just content providers, they also help feed the aura of the platform. Aries is part of that aura. So when Aries asks for more, he's not asking as some random guest who popped in for one hot interview. He's asking as someone who has helped keep the machine familiar and entertaining over time. And the timing makes this even more interesting because of the Boozy split. Boozy was one of VladTV's strongest recurring attractions, and now he's apparently out over $5,000. That's not a tiny number, but it also isn't some impossible jump in media terms, especially if the guest is still delivering major traffic. So now people are looking at Vlad and asking a bigger question. Is he too rigid with talent? Is he treating this like a pure math exercise when part of the channel's value comes from recurring chemistry and fan attachment? That's why commenters are pushing for Aries to get the raise. They're not only reacting to sympathy, they're reacting to the obvious. Aries is useful. Aries is funny. Aries is still one of the safest bets Vlad has for a solid run of clips. And right now, with Boozy gone, that matters even more. So the real story here isn't just Aries wants more money. The real story is that the VladTV guest economy may be hitting a point where the regulars know their worth more than they used to. Boozy already drew a line. Aries is drawing one too, just in a smarter and more measured way. He's not storming out, he's saying, look at what I bring, look at who's left, and act accordingly. That's a fair argument. Because if you're still one of the last dependable names on the board and the audience keeps showing up for you, at some point you stop being just another guest. You become part of the product.